Good morning. As Carolina said, thank you everyone to August's technical presentation. If you do have any technical questions or issues, please feel free to message Carolina and she can help you get everything sorted out and make sure you're seeing the correct version of the presentation. With that, I want to very much thank Mr. Ricardo Trepowski from Paraguay, who is going to present the interface and a price collection manual there. So looking forward to what they have to say. And then there will be some time for questions and answers at the end. Again, thank you and welcome. And if anyone has any ideas for future months to give a technical presentation, please feel free to reach out as well. We're always looking for new ideas. Thank you.
Muchas gracias, Kim. Sí, ahí tenemos nuestra lista.
Thank you. Our list is open in case someone else wants to participate. Next, and because it's in audio with the support FAS that several of the countries know as the Foreign Agriculture Service, I would like the word to Soya Satec, that is their representatives of soya.
Okay, good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. I am Zoya Sattar, and I'm a program assistant at the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Foreign Agricultural Service, or FAS. I'm here to provide opening remarks today on behalf of Eliana Duran, program manager, who unfortunately could not make it today. I would like to begin by providing a bit of context behind today's event. In 2022, USDA FAS, in partnership with MIOA, traveled to Paraguay to strengthen MAG Paraguay's market information systems and provided an in-country market reporters training. Based on in-country findings provided by USDA FAS's technical expert, Dr. Fernando Palmer, FAS was able to seek out funding for the development of the interface database to assist Paraguay with processing and disseminating wholesale agricultural prices. Since then, MAG Paraguay developed a manual for in-country implementation of the interface and will also train internal market reporters for integration. Today, MAG Paraguay will highlight this initiative. On behalf of USDA FAS and the program managers of this project, Eliana Duran and Andres Romero, we'd like to thank the Ministry of Agriculture of Paraguay and our presenter, Mr. Trepowski, for their collaboration on bringing us this session today. Also, we give a huge thank you to the Market Information Organizations of the Americas for coordinating the logistics. For the participants tuning in, we welcome you and thank you for joining us. We hope this interface continues to strengthen MAG Paraguay's market information systems. And with that, I'd like to give the mic back to Carolina. Thank you so much.
Gracias, Soya. Un gusto tenerte por acá. Seguidamente también quisiera...
I would like to listen as the director of marketing of agriculture who works as marketing in the section in the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock. Good morning, all. It's a very special day. I'm engineer Ernesto Sotelo, director of marketing that belongs to the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock at the direction and SIMA. We welcome all of you and we are very thankful for the participation, for the technical presentation, manual price collection interface manual from Paraguay. As a result of this diagnostic on the information agricultural market in July, in commercialization and SIMA coordination was to strengthen the price research of prices, the recommendation was to create a price collection interface and informational wholesaler markets of Paraguay. It is presented today as a very useful manual for the development of coordination, service of information, SIMA, and to comply with the purpose of the direction I'm on is to reach the users with true, transparent information and continue providing an efficient and useful service for family agriculture rural area. Once more, I want to welcome all of you, and I hope this presentation will be very useful for all of you. Thank you. Thank you for being with us in this meeting. To continue, I would like to give the mic to Ms. Rafaela Bobadilla de Martinez, who is an agronomic engineer and coordinator of MAG Paraguay. About Rafaela, for those who don't know her, she developed expertise as counterpart in the area of information supply improvement on fruits and vegetables, MAG 1991-98, and for the project she had a scholarship to Japan. Then she was certified as a specialist in marketing in the area of market information. And since 2000 as to now, she's the first delegate before MIOA, representing Oximan. As a founder through the organization, she has participated in several meetings and different countries of America, getting knowledge through workshops, training, and technological exchange. After 20 years of MIOA, she received an honorary mention as forever member of MIOA. Next, we will listen to Ms. Bobadilla. Thank you. Good morning, all. We greet you from SIMA. We are very thankful to participate with us in the interface agent and wholesaler markets of Paraguay, the Department of Agriculture, USDA, the FAS, USAID, and Market Information, MIO, together have developed training activities and technical assistance to strengthen the information system for markets in the Americas. This will receive strengthening at the beginning of the 2000s, and it has improved the system of agricultural markets. This is a governmental organization that complies with the basic steps from collection, analysis, and dissemination of information, and one of the founder partners of MIOA. We decided to make a diagnosis of the information system of MAG-DC-SIMA, virtual meetings with representatives of MIOA USA and the contracted consultant, Dr. Palma. The second part of the in situ diagnosis was made. It was carried out in Asunción, Paraguay. The exchange of information allowed to know the strengths and improvement opportunities for prices of this SIMA. And with the second meeting, we validated and got deeper in the activities in a virtual manner, from the analysis, methodology, and infrastructure for collection, processing, and discussion of market prices. To assess the researchers, they were during the night in the central market in Paraguay, and then the office of the SIMA. We also had visited a private market. The last day there was a workshop by Luis Parme. This workshop tried to join the theoretical and the practical part, using best practices to get truthful and transparent information important for users of MAG-DC-SIMA. After that, we provided participation rewards Finally, the result of the diagnosis on the system was to strengthen price research. For the strengthening interface, we hired a specialist, Mr. Ricardo Trepowski, who will listen to next.
Muchas gracias, Rafaela.
Thank you,
Vamos a
Rafaela.
continuar con la presentación.
We will
Y para
continue with the
continuar con la
presentation.
señor Trepowski, me
And to
gustaría
continue with the presentation of Mr. Trepowski, I would like to introduce him. For those who don't know him, Mr. Ricardo Trepowski has a degree in IT, and as Rafaela said, was the main consultant of this process. He developed expertise since 1994 to optimize managing systems through the development and implementation of IT systems. He is trained in IT systems, financial instruction, and he has experience in implementation. In university for 5 years. He works as a consultant. So we pass the mic to Mr. Trepowski for his presentation. Thank you for being here, for sharing this presentation. It is a work that was said previously, was done last year between July and September to strengthen the price, recording price at the SIMA and strengthen the dissemination of information. So we can see the presentation. We can see what were the main goals of the process. The first, to facilitate the research process of market prices. The idea we had was to try the prices that researchers shows are correctly shown in the system based on the analysis made of the current situation, the system we had, in which the price was recorded in the administration and research manager was not part of the registry process. So the change we did with the interface. Now the idea is that the researcher records the prices in the market and the management, they confirm that prices in the historic. That was the main objective. And the second was to facilitate the dissemination of price reports that the system creates the 3 reports used usually by SIMA. Those reports are being kept in PDF format according to the date they were generated, and they had send the reports through WhatsApp and email. Those were the 2 main goals of the process and the interface. What were the steps? The first, we updated the system. For that, we went to Dama Market, which is in Asunción. We were the price researchers to know the process they carry out. We had a round with them to see the prices. Then we went to Ciudad del Este market to share with the price researchers who told us his role and the processes he carries out for data collection. We also went to SIMA office to know the current status of the digital system, to know what improvements should be carried out in the system and what changes we could make. The basics is the system basically is using Java Web, GSF, and a database we use Progress Focus, that were the options that the SMI system had. We prepared the system for two connections options between the market and the management. One is when the operations, when the markets are online, that's the ideal that we can have a complete server at SIMA that can connect and that the other markets connect directly online to that server. That would be the ideal situation. We also made a connection, offline connection. In that case, each market has a database and the price researcher works directly from his computer. And after finishing the data, he has a data transfer system to the central. This is not the ideal manner, but it can be is best applied in our country, having into account some situations that are out of our control or out of our project. So we have two connection options. There we can see the menu where you can log in the system. The system can have an undetermined amount of users, and each user can have a password. We had to see if the person will be connected to SIMA or the market according to connection options we have defined, even though a lot of user roles can be assigned, we only included two. One would be for the price researcher in the market, and the other a profile for the manager who works at SIMA office. With that, we have identified the processes that they use. First, we will take a look at the option of the price researcher, where we can see the menu that is shown for the researcher. We can see here in the previous slide, we saw a view of the market where we have our price researchers, and they go around and usually ask the owners of the stalls. They do that price research job, and once they have the prices, they upload it in the system. This is the price researcher menu. Operations menu is a reduced menu in which we only have three options. One is for the prices. The other is when we work offline without direct connection, so the data can be updated and to receive. At the price menu of the markets, we upload the prices. They take every day. This is the main tab. What we do first is to show the list of the templates that have been uploaded. I made here this one for the presentation on August 5th. If there is another one, it will be there, and we'll only show what is pertinent to his market. In this window, the person can add a new record. They can edit and upload And also, when the person has completed the upload, they can send it to the management with the button that is there. That is the main tab in the next one. Even though we have enabled the functionality to be web responsive in this formats, we've had made two list models to make it easier for the user. This first model on the top, it's a table in which you can see each column. In each column, you can see the data that's ideal to work in a notebook. And the one is that below, it's a registry in which the data, you can see that in lines. This is ideal to work from a cell phone or tablet, something that makes it easier to do on a tablet. There we can see how to upload the price. The template has two main parameters. One's to define the market, and that market is assigned to the price researcher. When the researcher logs in, they have a market assigned, and he won't define that. They take the date of the date, and then he can, if it will be a upload from a different date, they can add the date, and there's space for observations, because in some cases there are some things that are changing the prices. We included that box to inform if there's an event that is altering the prices in the markets. It could be any event, excessive rainfall period. That's why we included that box. For notes, when they upload the data, they record and they go back to the previous window. Here in this list, we have some options. We have the option, the previous with some parameters. The previous would be the date you want to see. You can see what is used to hide that parameters window. As you can see, the system has some buttons, a button with 3 dots to find a session, and some dots with a yellow background that shows that it is carrying out a process. In this case, we have a button with the letter P, and that shows a template with no data that could be used as a reference, so the price researcher can follow that template. We can see the other one. Here we have the template. That is the price upload template. As you can see, it only has a title, and then the products by classification, and they can include the price. It can do manually. The idea is that the system will upload it, but that template can be used as a reference to know what prices it is uploading, having into account something that I have been explained by price researchers, the time they have allocated for prices at a place Sometimes they don't have a lot of time, so they have to do something very quick. Here in Paraguay, they're taking three prices: the minimum price and the highest price and the price that is repeated the most. This is a template that can use for a price. Here we are recording the product. We have the product codes. You know the codes. They can write the code or they can look it up from a list of the products with these three dots in the blue background. When they see that the measure unit that we use for data collection, and then they tell the three prices that the price researcher collects: the lowest, the model, and or average, and the highest, and we show the amount that what the product, each one has a normal weight, some or packaging. Sometimes there are boxes, sometimes bags or larger packaging. So when they tell the amount, we tell the amount to turn them into the unit price that is used. For example, here we have kilo. We are using this, the price for white cabbage. It's 15 kilos. So he will adopt the packaging price and the weight of that product. Something that we have to have into account is that the amount is standardized, and in product definition, we can show how many kilos that product usually has. So it brings that amount by default without uploading it. Then we inform the quality of the product. We have three, that is common, low, and high. And there are promotion, that is the supply, if it's normal, and enough supply, larger supply. They can record and they can show here the products that I will update. We have those details of the prices that the researcher had to know, to have them as a table. If you can see, white cabbage is there. Here we have a lowest price, 3,333, but I had said that it was 50,000, 15 kilos. The system makes that conversion, so the researcher does not have to calculate that. We also have a control because use the lowest price and the highest price. If there is any error, the data were reverted. The system estimates, it compares both, and if it's reverted, the system places the data in the correct way, so it is correct. So when asking what is common, common, it would be normal or average. What you expect from that product. Sometimes the quality is lower or higher, but that would be the normal quality. The other would be low and high quality. Here we can see the next. There's a template so the price researchers can control the upload. Then they show a PDF, that report, they can print it out, and we can see a report, the product, according to how it was uploaded. In this report, we show the order. It has to do with the code of the product. The one has the lowest code is shown first, and that with the highest code is shown at the last. In the upload, we go for order of the upload. The first one will be last, and the last will be the first. Facilitate the upload to the researcher. So the researcher compares, verifies with this template, and they know if they are missing a product or there's something they have to fix. Are the options that we added. At the beginning, I explained that we could have online and offline connection. In this case, this is only for when we have that offline connection, and once the researcher has finished uploading the prices and know it's correct, what they have to do is send the management the data, because it's in the database, but not yet in the administrations or management database. So to be able to send, we enabled at the list where the data of the template are. You will see that on the lower part, there's an E letter with a yellow background. That letter would create a transferring file to be able to send it to management. This step, if we have online connection, this is not used, the step. Here we can see an example of that file to transfer it. This is a text file that the researcher records in their notebook, and it can be sent to the management via email or WhatsApp, so management will have that file. The user at the management will receive the file and record it in the system. There's an option to upload it in the database, so it is in the central database. As I say again, this option is only needed when we are have an offline. If we are online, this step is skipped. Regarding the question that if the model price is the one that is repeated the most, it's not the average, is that has more frequency, is more frequent in the market. Here on the screen, this is the manager has in the computer. They can see the price that the price researcher uploaded, and then they can create the template, verify everything. If there was a mistake, they can ask the researcher to change the prices, and the researcher will repeat the process, and they replace the data they had. This is done at the management. He verifies and requests a change if it's necessary. Once the officer verified the prices,
confirmar esos precios y pasarlo, diríamos, a un
and
precio definitivo, que sería como
send them to a definite price. That would be a price historic. For that, we enable the button that is that light blue circle that will take the data uploaded by the researcher, and it will be uploaded in a final registry. For that, they will take the reports to disseminate the reports. Next. This is the price history, the daily product price. Here you can see the templates that are confirmed. If the price came from a market, in this option, we cannot modify the prices. It is assumed that was uploaded was correct, and it won't enable you to modify the prices. There are some exceptions in which could go back in the template to modify the market price and reconfirm. And that is, we establish as a parameter that allows even up to 3 days after the prices were taken. This is a modifiable parameter that can be done day after. We can see that the upload process is finished. We go to the second part, that is the dissemination of the data. For the dissemination, we need to know who are interested in receiving that information. So we record those who are interested. The Ministry of Agriculture has a list of all the involved officers that are interested in those prices. So we take from that list and we create a list that could be modified for disseminate. We can report the daily reports. That would be to keep them, record them in a PDF in the server with the type of report plus the date of the report, and those create a process. So those reports are sent to the stakeholders via WhatsApp or email. This is an example of interested stakeholders. There's a list. The names were blocked due to a normal situation, but that's the idea. If someone is interested in receiving those reports, they have to be included on this new template. And then we do, each person will include their name, the document number, that is not necessary, the phone number, if they want to receive the information via WhatsApp or email address. Then we included some parameters in which say if they want to receive via WhatsApp or if they want to receive it via email. In case it's via WhatsApp, the user has to confirm through a WhatsApp message if that person is interested in receiving that information. This is a requirement that WhatsApp has to send the data. And also, what could be the C, report C? We include a city to see where that person is. and also to know the priority of that person that is interested, as the person is a technician from the Ministry of Agriculture. That would be, that has more priority because it's from the institution and they can create this different types of send. It could be weekly, monthly. We can send it weekly or monthly. What is a normal supply? It could be scarce or it could be really plentiful, scarce, and when there's more, and both modify the prices. And normal is that what we normally expect. This next screen allows us to create the data. We have 3 reports. The format is defined at SIMA office. And what we want is created those reports. We include the parameters, the main one. And the market is the one that want to do. In that case, for A, we need 3 markets. We say which one. There are some technical details. We can have a PDF, spreadsheet, or text file, and the paper A4 size of the sheet. It can be letter size. Then we have 3 different buttons where we create report A, B, or report C. As I told you, those reports are kept at the server with a name that is that the system can identify. The system allocates a name that tells that the report belongs to that specific date. That is the creation of the report. We have the PDFs created in our server. Then we go to the next. These are the 3 reports created at SIMA. Report A, that would be blend of the 2 or a mix of the 2 systems. The first part we do it, and the second part in the other program. Report A has the market prices, the prices on the export warehouses and international market. The data is from September 27, 2022, the day we tested this to deliver the system. And we have the report B, in which we have the 3 prices. There is a mistake there because it says average. The name is modal. That is the one that we use. And max, lowest and highest prices. No, it's correct. I was wrong. We have a report where we have the different prices, and the report C, that is another option of the report, where we have the price according to that format. These are different ways to show the prices. We have created the reports that are in our server. What we have to do is a process to send those reports, and in which we see that we're going to create who we will send. They see the date of that report and the type of interested and the group where we will be sending this in this way, the screen, those interested, so persons, so we don't send it to everyone because this is a ministry technician, they will receive every day. Then we include a note. That note is necessary because that option will be part of the reports, as we can say, as an email or text via WhatsApp. We record that and we create that created template. When we see the template, there's a button here that is not shown because it was done because we already created this, in which the system screens those interested in it, shows what were interested, and we will see all the report. In this process, we have two options. We have a process in which we have a W on the right and one that is M. Every time you establish the cursor, there's an extended text that would explain what the button does. And we do that to the W button is for WhatsApp, and M is to send it by email. The blue icon as a file was on a list, so they can see, you can see the details. In this case, would be those interested who will receive what specific report will be sent for each template. We go to the next. For WhatsApp, send it via WhatsApp. We can do it in a test environment. WhatsApp enables a test environment, so you can send it for a few days, the messages. To send it through WhatsApp, we need to have business WhatsApp, that is a hired service with the company that provides telephone service. Basically, these are the parameters to send by WhatsApp. We have the telephone that will be sent it, that has WhatsApp business. The text would be the report of the day we included in the expression of the template, or the note, and initial approval that, as I told you, WhatsApp requires an initial text, and the user has to respond if they want or do not want to receive the messages. That button is to send that initial approval. Authorization code is something that WhatsApp gives us, and the file would be the file in which the file is. With that button, they update the data, so it is updated, and we don't have to update it. The button sends the WhatsApp data, and they send for each person. As I said the beginning, for this we need business WhatsApp. We have tested it, so the app is functional. We have not reached that process implementation. That's why it's empty, but it's should be, the function is enabled. The other is the email system. The email has some characteristics, and we have sent it through an email. Can we go to the next? The email system needs an email server, and they charge the same, so they are similar to those that are updated at Outlook or any server, email server, in which we have the receiving and outgoing email, with the text of the email, and the other you can see it sends through email to those interested. So they had complete tests to submit the process. What we did with this dissemination process was creating the reports from the data that the system already has in the first place, and the second, to disseminate the data to the stakeholders. There may be other ways to do that. With a WhatsApp group, you can send those report and send to the WhatsApp group, and they are completed. But it is enabled anyway. We can go to the next slide. What is the status of the system? We developed and submitted the process in September 2022. The process started in July, transferring it. Then we made a design, then the system and the user manual that was sent in September 22 for the delivery. We had training for prices. We worked with Dama market people, these two persons who are there, and we also sent it to the Fashion of Ciudad del Este and Miss Encarnacion research prices. That training was made, but now we're working in the implementation process in the Dama market, following the process to implement the system. We are focused on the first goal, that is the price upload by the researchers, and we are working in that process right now. We hope we will have that implemented. Those are the notebooks that were bought for this process. There were 4 laptops that are available for the markets, and this is part of this project. We can see it modifies upload tests, and we're working on that. We hope in the following months we can have implemented this program. That is my presentation. If you have a question, we will be available to answer. Thank you, Mr. Kapowski, for your interesting presentation. We have several comments. I think you mentioned some in the presentation. However, I would like to repeat them. Ms. Paola Caravaca is asking, what is the common quality? For example, in Costa Rica, we know first, second, third qualities. The common quality is what is normal, what you expect from that product. Sometimes there are products that have low quality for any reason that is affecting. It can be the weather, and some are of very high quality. What we try is to have the price that is the standard, the one that is repeated. That would be a standard quality. I see a comment that is not a standardized term to what we're using. We would have to see that with Rafaela. If we have to change those terms, those are terms that are parameters in the system. We would have to change. If it's first, second, we would include first seconds. Those are parameters in the system. Also, we have a question from Victor Santos. He says, the model price is the one that is repeated the most or the average? The modal price is the one that is more present in the market. There is an average price, but it's estimated. The ones that we report is the one that is repeated. Caro says, thank you for sharing the experience. Does the tool have a validation system to avoid typing or typos? Yes, what do you mean? Some things that we did, if the price is reverted, we change it. We could add a minimum or highest price. And sometimes there are products that the price go up so much. Latest could be 12,000 and the normal is 1,500, for example, and it's 12,000 because it's scarce. What we try is to have not a reversion of prices, and then we have control. And regarding what we had before, the manager took the prices and he divided the amount and he estimated the unit price. So there could be a mistake. What we do is that the person uploads the price according to the package, and they tell the amount. If the amount of the package is standards, it is defined in the product, and in this way mistakes are minimized. There's another way to control. We could add it to the functions that validated. Before continuing with questions, I would like to have a small comment in the chat. There's a link so you complete your attendance to the event. This is very important for us and the counterparts. There's the link and we hope you can fill it out. We have a question from Ricardo Araya, Costa Rica, regarding data when model prices, minimum and highest, the criteria and offer could be a bias. In Costa Rica, we take 13 samples as a minimum, and we take that to define the prices. Yay, they ask the prices in the different stalls and they write down those prices. They take 5 prices and after that they determine what is the minimum, the lowest and the highest, and they see which is repeated the most. In reality, we can think with a tablet, you can upload the prices. The idea is to upload 5 or 6 prices. Basically, the process that we're using here is that determine the one that is repeated the most, and the 2 ends are uploaded in the system. Evelyn Morena, good morning. When they take the prices, how many merchants do you ask? They take up to 5 prices. 3 or 4 places. They are careful to ask of the businesses because the information is most trustworthy when it's given by the owner more than when it is given by the salesperson, because maybe they distrust. Regarding the previous question, in the supply field, what do you mean to a normal supply? Is the amount of tons? Is this an offer or marketed offer? That would be the amount that is available. There are three: scarce, normal, and plentiful. There are a lot of products that are seasonal, and sometimes it is there's more supply. Sometimes it's very scarce. That's what it refers. And then normal, that would be for the products that are usually there. And if there's scarcity, is because there's a problem.
El señor Héctor Fariña consulta.
Héctor Fariña says, could we disseminate historical statistical data? Yeah, we could. Interface was a complement to a system that SIMA has already, and those statistical data are included in the other interface. These are reports that were already in the system. What we did is to facilitate the registry and dissemination of prices. Victor Santos, the reports allow two groups of products for statistical data by category. Yes, it was in the other system. We had done that in 2014, I think, for SIMA. Yeah, that's the process. What we did were things that we did not have and we cannot take. We included in the interface what would be complementary. Edwin from Ecuador, in how many wholesale markets do you get the information in Paraguay? I don't know that. I don't have that information. Maybe Rafaela would know that information. The wholesaler market, you refer to the market that would be for the four markets that sell to people, because we have export, it's four markets: Asunción, Abasto Norte, Ciudad del Este, and Encarnación market. These are four markets. To start closing the market, because we are 5 minutes from closing the session, I wanted to ask Jeffrey, so many requirements of information would not cause a lot of confusion for older adults or seniors or people with lack of digital training. Yes, we are having an accompaniment process. Maybe that's why we're implementing this slowly, so the person gets used. For the price researcher, it's not a lot. The manager is the one who has system analysis training. That's why we're working so the users get used to upload this. The use of the system, if the person get used to that to the system, and once they get used to the system, they can do it easily, but we are working on that. To start filling up, closing the session, we'll give the mic to Rafaela if she has any closing remarks. I want to remind you that MIOA interest is to expand this exchange session. So if you want to go deeper into the or face-to-face meeting with the persons who are pairing, we can organize a virtual session so you can clarify those questions and exchange experiences during the use of this interface. Rafaela, would you like to say something, some closing remarks? I just want to thank Licenciado Trepowski for the discipline and his patience with that, and training, and also the researchers for their patience. So we are taking a great step regarding market information, and we already mentioned the institutions involved in this process. So we are thankful, and we will have to continue practicing and see how to use this manual. And Mr. Trepowski will be training together with the researchers until everything is okay regarding the markets that a person asked. We have 3 main markets. The main one is the Asunción supply market of Ciudad del Este is the second one, Encarnación, then also Abasto Norte market that is taken into account, and we are working and we will go forward with this regarding the standards. There's no law as in Costa Rica, but there are some products that have quality standards for presentation in the market, but it's not being implemented right now. Regarding time, we want to thank you for your participation. It was a very good session. There was not a lot of time for questions, but we had some questions in the chat as usual. We want to remind you that this session was recorded and it will be at MIOA website, and we included a short summary in our bulletin. You have our email, so if there's an additional questions, you can contact us, reach us, and we will be happy to support you. Have a nice week. Thank you for joining us so early on Monday. I hope we can continue sharing these spaces. Thank you.